And some things may not apply to you, but hopefully everyone will learn something by the end. And really it's just to give you a good overview of Sales Central. And I'll try to manage chat. Maybe Iona, if something comes up that seems like a great question for the group, you can go ahead and interrupt me, or we can wait till the end. So I'm good with however that works for everybody. So I'm going to also pick maybe a couple of countries to focus on, and of course this training is in English, so if you don't speak English, unfortunately, you won't be able to understand what I'm saying, but you can always follow my mouse and do kind of your own investigative education, I guess, within the portals in your language, if that works. All right, so this should look somewhat familiar. I'm actually, the demo account that I'm using for the partner portal today is for North America, but that's okay. It's really just to say wherever you're at, however you log into Partner Portal, you do have the option in a few places to jump to Sales Central. So either you already have a Sales Central link within your dashboard area. Sales Central is also listed under the Sales and Marketing. And when you select that, you are dropped into the Sales Central experience for your country. Now, different from Partner Portal, you can actually switch your countries around, and this is good because we support, I want to say, over 80 countries in Sales Central, about 32 languages, but not all countries have their own product catalogs. So we follow the product catalogs that HP.com has. And then some of you also manage business within multiple countries. And so you may need to see different products. Products are all aligned to the country catalogs. And so I can look at UK, for example, and see products that are being are active or have just released within the United Kingdom, and maybe jump to United States and see different products and SKUs. And so you can change all of that from the upper right-hand corner area where you pick your country. And then, of course, some of our countries do have multiple language catalogs, so you can switch how you want your experience to look. Most countries just have one language. For example, like UK obviously just has English, and also up at the top, this is where you can set the business that you're involved with. So let's say you don't have anything to do with the print side of the house, so you can remove those business groups. And then what that does is it removes printers, tools that deal with only printers. It kind of just filters out anything within the print side of the business. And so now you're only left with the PC side. And let me go ahead and come down here. You can see I've got my other business groups, and I can even drill down very specifically. Let's say I don't have anything to do with immersive anymore. And these are shifting a bit. I know that Thin Clients are doing some changes. So we have the Chrome experience that will be pulled out soon. And again, we work with the business groups for this. So you can get very specific to the products that you want to see. I will caution you that the fewer business groups that you have means the less search results you will get. So let's say I remove print and I only have the PC categories, but then I forget that I've done that and I need to search for a printer. I'll actually come up with no results if that's the case, if I have removed my print groups. And so just keep in mind that it also impacts any search results you have. And so I always suggest that more business groups are better, just because then you don't get frustrated on why you're not seeing a certain SKU or product there. So we'll just add all of them in for now so that we can go through the rest of the overview. Now I'm on the landing page here, and this is a partner view, so I'm going to switch back because I do want to show for anyone who is a Premier or Select partner with our print side, I want to make sure that you're aware of a couple of things this demo account doesn't have access to the Premier, so that's why I'm going to switch back and forth. But it kind of looks like a lot of content here, and it is, but I want to show you some really easy ways to customize your desktop and your workspace. Okay, so just to kind of look at this at a glance, we've got our banner carousel here, which you can see we've got a couple of new featured here. Again, these, if we get these quickly from different parts of the HP business, they may not be in language. So apologies for anyone that maybe switches to an experience that, let's say France, and it's in French. Some of these banners are not translated yet, so you can just ignore them, but we've got a few new ones that we've received just to support our new digital work environments that we're all living in right now, and then some HP specific in regards to what's going on in the world. We will be switching these out. In fact, I noticed that this Brexit probably needs to go, so you'll be seeing some refresh on this banner carousel area. Now underneath in this middle area, you may have a different view. In fact, if you've logged into HP Sales Central, you can follow me or do it later. So this is kind of an original organization of content, learn to earn. Seemed to be a really great strategy in theory, but I think most people were pretty confused by it. So what we've kind of switched to using is the My Workspace, and this is a great way for you to customize the look. So I'm going to open up by clicking on that Customize My Workspace, and this is where you can really get down to your landing page that works for you. And this will be here for you next time you log in, so whatever you set today stays until you change it, and you can always add things in should you want to. So I'm going to walk through. We've got all items. I've just got the custom default that is showing for this account right now, but you can see if I'm interested in adding, let's say I really want to make sure that sustainable impact is showing so I can access that information quickly, or maybe there's something else within this list. Maybe I am not interested in industry information or events, let's say. You can deselect that and it removes from the list. Tools, you can also go in and say, you know, I am interested in the Help Me Choose a Printer. I could use it, so I want to make sure that it's right on my dashboard. And you can see as I'm adding, they start to appear on this upper left-hand side. Let's say I want the solutions, and you know, you can go through and basically remove or add anything that you think helps you in your roles, okay? So that's a way to adjust that space. And you can see, I mentioned I don't have a Premier Select view with this particular demo account, so I only have the standard default available. But if I kind of pull over this is my account here, if you are a Premier Select partner with us, what you will have are a couple of options for default views for MPS, so our managed print. And let's say I go ahead and select that sales and marketing view. What happens now is added into my dashboard are different, oh, sorry, let's try that again. I think I have some additional tools here that show up and kind of create that space. So I've got my managed content and tools right there, and you can remove them as well at any time, but it gives you a couple of alternative views if you happen to be a Premier or a Select partner with us. All right, so let's go back to our demo account, and now you can see those different options are now added up here. I can go back and remove anything. Let's say I want to keep HP University close, so I can adjust these chiclets, if you will, almost like the apps on your phone. You can move them around. If you don't like this view, we have a list view. So you can see over in the corner here, I have an option to just see things listed out. And again, I can still move these up and down and drag them around, or I can go back to this view. And again, it can be as least, the least amount of apps or more, depending on what you want your workspace to be, what you use the most. Okay, so that's just kind of a really long way to explain how to customize your workspace there. I'm gonna talk a little bit about really in your account, this is, you're using Partner Portal, so probably don't need to do anything within the settings area. The messages area is where if there's any announcements that we have, we'll put these here. You might see a pop-up when you log in, but you can always check this area to see if there's anything new for you here. Anytime you want to go back to the home page, either hit the home tab here, or you can select the HP blue icon, and that will take you right back wherever you're at in the experience, okay? So don't feel like you could ever get lost. And you really can't mess anything up. So get in here and play around. I always suggest doing that. Okay, in this question box area, we've got our support links, partner support, and also some frequently asked questions and guides. If you're new to Sales Central, there's a few other experiences that are included within the digital sales hacks, but these are just 1 to 2 minute videos. They were done a couple years ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, at least season 2. Season 1 is also available, but they're great ways to get acquainted very quickly with some of the tools that we have to support the sales side. So those are available within, again, this FAQ and guides. And again, I'm going to hit that HP blue icon to go back home. The magnifying glass. So you'll find most of the users that come in, they either have a SKU that they're wanting to search for, or they're just going right to different product groups. And so you can see it starts to suggest things for me if I come in here. Again, this will pull up just results if I'm really keeping it general. I might get a lot of things right here, but I can either filter my results by just, products. I didn't really pick something very exciting here, but you can see how I've got different options that come up. And you can even look for topics such as like sustainability or life cycle charts, and it will pull up those results for you. So that's how to use that magnifying glass. And then up here, this navigation is really just pulling you into different parts of the platform. So many ways to find the products that you're looking for. And again, Sales Central is very much products and tools, and then all of the collateral and assets that you need in order to support that sale for those products. So if I hit learn, I'm really just given a list of different business groups. And because I had all my business groups selected, I'm going to see everything here. If I had removed either the PC side or the print side, those would be filtered out. But this can be a great way to, drill down what are some of the things that are supporting in the healthcare space, products, services, and solutions. So I can use the filters on the side to either drill down, let's say, I want to see everything that happens to be a tower product, and then that pulls all those in here. So most people don't use the learn page in this way. Again, they're coming in with a SKU already, or they're drilling down in other ways, but I just wanted to make sure that you knew you could use it for that learn space. And we do have some of our, sometimes you're getting into your solutions, so sustainable impact is here. We've got a new section for workstation solutions that was just pulled in. Again, we dynamically publish this content, so it's coming in through the systems that might come up for you, especially being in Europe. It's really about how the product teams are managing in the upstream systems. That's how we receive it, through publishing. And so a lot of times if there is like a document that is not tagged correctly, like say there's a data sheet that isn't the right data sheet for product, we usually end up being the space where it's recognized. And so our support teams really try to work to correct any inaccuracies with the people that are loading those documents in the system. But that's an example of Learn. Again, I've got some other options, multiple ways. I always treat this platform as an Etch-a-Sketch. I can get there multiple ways. So like with the solutions, again, coming in, I can either search for solutions or hit solutions from the Learn page or come right into this section from here. And this is, again, another filtering opportunity for you to drill down to what you need. All right. Plan ends up being where your life cycle charts, and you can get to some of the other partner tools, and you will see what's available to you based on how you've logged in and who you are as a partner with us. And so that's all audienced to you in this way. Generate Demand is more of the marketing tools that we have available, links into some other transactional tools that you have. Again, kind of duplicative from your partner portal experience, which leads me to, I guess, share with you that eventually what we're working for. So I work within the organization that manages both portals, and probably sometime next year, partners will only have access to portal with all of the Sales Central information within portal. And then HP Badge will just use the Sales Central experience outside of. So moving to just one platform, what a concept, right? And so that's definitely coming, and we'll hopefully clear up any of the duplication. But just know that you've got access no matter which portal you're in. All right, I've headed back to the home page, and I want to take a tour of these side link areas here. This is going to be where you can, again, come into some of your different sections. Let's say you want to get right into HP University, so I can open up the training, expand that area, and select HP University. And then within the HP University, this is where I have access to, sorry, for some reason when I get into the demo accounts, it loads weird. But hopefully you've all been in HP University. This is where you're going to access your training and certifications based on your role. And so that's an easy way to get right into that area from the quick links. And you'll notice that this menu stays wherever I'm at within the experience, so I can always come back in and jump somewhere else. So that's what the quick links is really here to do for you. That wrench is the tools area. So again, I may not be in the home page or somewhere else, but I can just expand. Let's say I want to get right into one of the tools that we've got. I'm going to showcase a few of these in just a moment, so we'll head there in just a minute, but just to let you know that the wrench will open up that experience. What's new? So depending on the country that you're viewing, you will see the products that have released or had updates in the last 60 days. So this is a really great area to just kind of see what's open and active in the last 60 days for the country. So I'm using a UK view. If I head to the desktop workstations category, you can see I can see what's been released recently. Let's go ahead and just select one of these products for our demo. So really what Sales Central is the best for is that ecosystem of information and content related to products. So this is an example of how that works. So I have my product here. I have the SKU for UK. You can see the active date for this country. Now again, this product, if available in US, may have a different release date. I don't know, but you'll see that, and it's all driven by the system where I can see overview. This is just the list price, obviously not your pricing, different key selling points that they want to highlight, and a short list of specifications. So that's what you'll find on this overview page, if you will. Also available here, we've got a way for you to custom a document based on this product. Let's say almost like your own little data sheet. You can add in everything that is connected to the product. So let's say you want a full-on printout of all of the specs and compatible products, and that's a really long document. Maybe I don't need all the assets and I don't need the monitors that are compatible, but I want everything else. I can create a PDF with all of those details. So that can come in handy, let's say, if you just need almost, you just need to kind of pull something together for a customer. There's also our custom catalog builder, which I'll show you in a minute, which is another way to pull that information out. You can email a link to this product from this button or favorite. So the heart really will just save it within your own favorites area. This is unique to you, and so we'll head that way in a second. You can also save compare reports and things like that. So again, if you're needing to get back to something quickly, you can save that for future use. So again, you'll find that hero image. I'm going to select the Assets tab, and again, talking about the ecosystem of what's supporting this product, you can see I've got a number of documents that are tagged to this product. So because I've got, I'm logged in as a partner, I do see some audience content as well. Let's say I had a public view of Sales Central. I wouldn't see this section at all. I wouldn't see this document. So we do audience to you. Data sheet is here. Again, a number of other attached assets. This is where you can even download high-res images, different sizes. So if you're looking to support on your own sites or collateral that you are creating, usually you'll find those images there. Some videos that are also connected. Some of these might be more high level, like with the SureStart, they've tagged it to all the products that SureStart are connected to. So videos, and then Asset Hub, this is if you're not finding, we don't pull everything in as far as the assets, and so maybe there's an EDM campaign that you're wanting to connect with. If you select that additional assets, it will pull you into Asset Hub and you can see everything else supporting this product. So again, lots of information just from the product level that you can see. With the accessories here, you can see we've got what HP recommends for those top accessories, and you can get each of these have their own product pages, and then multiple other options here below, just showing and hiding all of those other compatible products, lots of them here that work with this particular SKU. Monitors. Okay, so what are the monitors? The recommended monitors coming through at the top, and then all of the other monitors that we're showcasing here, so expanding. So this helps to hopefully drill down very quickly for you everything that is supporting of the product that you're viewing. And this is our example. We're just looking at this desktop mini, but let's say you're looking at a printer or something, a laptop, you would find the same experience. Okay, care packs, again, what HP recommends. Again, this is UK view. You might have something different for whatever country you're working within, our software, and then the detailed specs. This is a really helpful area. So these are all the specifications in the system. And let's say I need to, I usually use this like a control find, and maybe I'm looking for a country of origin, or I need to know, you know, something else like a measurement. Like for printers, some of the larger printers have like a foot space that you need to, how big is this printer? You can look for that. So don't feel like you have to read through all the specifications, but sometimes if there is something that you need to figure out, like even if it's, you'll even find for the printers, they'll have some of their compatible cartridges listed. You can do a quick search. So that was just using Control F and finding one of the keywords within those specifications. So that's a product view deep dive. Again, a lot of people use Sales Central to really get into the product ecosystem, everything around. And what's also nice is, let's say we have some of the newer products, if they've just been out within the last couple of weeks, because images tend to be the last thing that flow through the systems because they really protect the image of the product. Sometimes it takes a little while for those to release, but you'll start to see even some pre-release. So on the print side, the print manages where they open up those gates about 2 weeks prior to the active release date. So you'll see printers coming in more in a pre-release state, maybe not the actual image yet, but you'll see some of those assets connecting. So it's a good way to, yeah, I always like to go to the what's new for whatever country just to make sure that I'm up to speed on what's latest and greatest. All right, so let's head back to the homepage just to keep us back on our tour, and I'm going to go to the favorites area. So you'll notice that the desktop mini that I just added is listed here with a few other things for this demo account. But anytime you're in the experience and you want to save something to get back to it quickly, you can go ahead to the favorites area. The compare products. You know what, let's actually go back to what's new. I'm going to show you how to do the compare products. Let's see, let's hit a laptop. So I can come in and anywhere there's listed or even within the product page, you can see, I'm just going to pick a few of these. So selecting the compare. Now I've got these listed in thumbnail view on the compare products, but let's go ahead and select the compare button, and this is going to pull these products in side by side. Now you can compare anything. So I could add a printer to this. I don't know why I'd want to, but sometimes people will pull these in almost as a little mini catalog if you're kind of pulling together some accessories or PCs, because it does print off side by side, which is nice. So even a smaller view than the catalog tool that I'll be showing you in just a moment. But so you can see here, I've got, I am showing the list price. There's one list price available. As I'm scrolling down, you can see I've got the views. Now, there's quite a few, looks like there's quite a few differences here. So if I'm only showing the differences, it'll just remove anything that's the same, collapse that. I can uncheck that if I want. Let's say I'm removing one of these Chromebooks, I'll just exit out. Or let's say I want to add in, so I'm going to select the laptop. So let's say I have a SKU that I want to add, or maybe there's another Chromebook that I want to add here. I'll just select that one. Again, then I can add it back in. So one of the ways that you can use this compare, and then when you print it out, it will actually list these out. If I don't want all the specs, I can show less specs versus more. Again, I can have a PDF. I can favorite this particular compare report. And now you can see when I go to that area, I've got, it was saved today, so I have that product comparison where I can pull that right up again. So a nice way to use that favorites area. Okay, so that's compare report. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the tools I just want to make sure that you are aware of. So let's go to the print side of the business. So printer, for UK, again, this is all aligned to the country that you're using. I currently have 263 printers, and I have all the printers selected. And so let's say I had only maybe looked at the LaserJets. This product results starting at the very top would be much smaller, but let's go ahead and start here. So print all in one, let's go ahead and select the multifunction, already reducing it here. Color in black. Let's do the office or business. Now I don't have to answer questions here. I can skip these. And okay, so now this is reducing. So if I want to get even further into the weeds, I can, let's pick some of these. Okay, so now I've got some results. I can see all of my selections on the right-hand side, and now I see the series that support whatever selections that I've made. And so this is another place where, you know, if you wanted to get in and compare these now, let's just see what the differences are. And actually, I probably could have removed my computers first, but that's super quick. Okay, so now I can get in and look at these products here. Now, going back, let's talk about those product pages again. You might see some alternative options here now that we're in the print side of the business. So if there is a replacement, so what did this product replace? You can go down to one of the lineage here, back and forth. And again, it just drops me down into that space within this overview page. So assets, again, just like the PC, although print side has a ton here. And you can even find some of these guides. And here we have some battle cards, again, audienced, because I am signed in as partner credentials here. And let's see, we have solutions listed here, which is kind of helpful. So we'll talk about solutions in just a second. And again, supplies, so the cartridges and kits. Let's talk about solutions. So let's say I'm not quite sure what this particular solution is. Again, treat it like a product, right? It's got its own overview. So any connected assets explaining whatever insights. This is kind of a weird one to choose as an example, but you guys get the drift. Let's say it was HP Rome, and I'm not sure what HP Rome is. It would have different assets that would help you educate your customers on what HP Rome is. And then what's also nice is you can see what are the compatible products for this particular solution. So again, think of it as the Etch-a-Sketch. You can go back and forth, and you'll see it's kind of hard to see here, but I've got different statuses coming in. Pending discontinuance means that there has been a replacement named, but there's still inventory out there within this market, UK, and so it's not quite discontinued, but it is on its way out. And again, just another way to view those products. All right, so that's kind of a quick jump into solutions from the Help Me Choose a Printer. And again, we have the different Help Me Chooses for other products as well. Let's talk about the catalog builder. Okay, so just within a couple of clicks, this tool allows you to pull together a side-by-side view of some products, and it can be a multiple range of products. Let's say you've got printers in the mix, laptops, monitors, desktops. I'll choose your audience. This will kind of move you in the direction of which products are available. And you can see here that it gives you just a thumbnail view of what we're going to be creating here. So I'm selecting next, and I have some options along the way. Sorry, my system is just a little bit slow. Okay, so I can include a list price, but most of the time you may not want to do that because your pricing is going to be different than the list price here. So this is where I can come in and expand the offering. So let's say, I don't know, I'm just going to click a few. Once I do that, I have the option to include any accessories or care packs. Let's say I don't want the care packs, but I will keep the accessories. So we'll just reduce that. Let's go into random monitors. Again, if these are just, this is only active products that will show up here. Sure, let's throw in some random ink printers. Again, supplies. Do I want the accessories, the care packs? Let's say for this one, I don't want accessories, but I do want supplies. Okay, so now that I have a few products, this is where I can put in my title. And it is April. I can select a catalog cover. If you don't want to have an HP logo, we do have a few that don't have, again, there's some that aren't branded. We'll just select that one. This allows you to put your contact information. So you want your name there, or let's say you've got your URL. So this is your company name, how to contact you. You can add that. Let's go ahead and just generate. So this takes a few minutes just to pull that information together. And what we're going to have is very much like the compare report that you saw. It will put the products side by side in the different sections. So again, we had some PCs and we had a couple monitors and some printers, and it will list out if you have the accessories or the compatible supplies that you've included. And so a nice quick document up to date. So with Sales Central, if there's a change in the system, let's say a product is released, but they update the specs, we receive that so we update every night. It may take a couple of days for the changes to flow through the systems, but we're constantly updating. And that's why you'll see a product, if it releases in a country, that's saying it opens up the floodgates of information, and all of the downstream systems like Sales Central will receive that information. So while this is generating, I don't want to switch off because I do want to open up this document for you. We'll see how that goes. All right. Still awake out there? You guys are getting into your afternoon, evenings, so probably getting close to dinner. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's open this up and we'll just take a view of this catalog. And now you see I've got my test, hello, picture April 2020. Might be a little hard to see, the image wasn't the best, but I've got my table of contents, so you see all my products here, little short summary. This is where I'm getting into that side by side, very similar to the compare report. This is really small. I don't expect you to see what this is, but really it's just kind of like so I did include the accessories. So this is just saying for the products that I've selected, these are the accessories that are compatible. And then let's go ahead and head down to, here's the monitor view. So getting into that section. And then we also have printers, random printers that I selected as well. So just it's just a quick way to throw together that catalog using the tool. And again, you'd find that either you have it on your dashboard or you can, anytime you want to access it, just open up that tools area. And yeah, so all of them are listed here. Let's see, we're probably getting to where we want to move into the questions answers. So you can kind of play around and check on some of those help me choose tools. Hopefully they help you narrow down. Now for some of you who aren't in at the beginning, I just want to make sure that you realize, and I may not have mentioned this, but you must be on the home page to change your business groups or your country here. So that's important because it impacts all of the information once you drill down into the system. So let's say I want to remove anything having to do with print. I want to do that from the home page. And now when I go into Learn, those printers will be removed. But you'll notice once this loads up here that I can't go back and select that from here. I don't have the option. It's grayed out. And so what that means is I just need to go back to the home page, and now I have the option to add those back. Okay, so just a little tip there. I don't think I mentioned that. All right, that was a lot. How are we doing? Questions. Iona, do you see any questions that have come up that?
Oh, yes, actually there is one question. When you create this portfolio for designates, Stefano, I don't know if you could detail it.
Can you create this portfolio for DesignJets? You can. So let's do this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull in the graphics. DesignJets are under the graphics. Okay, so let's go ahead and come in to learn in this way. A couple of options to narrow it down here. So now you can see I've got, because it's kind of lumped, DesignJet's lumped into the graphics. So I can open up all of my DesignJets here. And from here, I can do some filtering. So let's say I just want to see size-wise which printers support. And you may already have SKUs that you can go right to the product itself from the SKU. But this is how I would access the product itself. It looks like it might be a little bit of an older one, but that's okay. And then within the tools, what I would do if we were building a catalog, I'm going to go right into, I can either add them all or just expand and pick the DesignJets that I want to include. And then add any supply. If I want the supplies to be part of that catalog and the accessories and the care packs, I don't want the care packs, maybe I don't want the supplies, I just want the accessories, I can do that as well. And I can add list pricing if I want to. So hopefully that answers your questions. And then you would just go through the same steps of adding your cover page, any contact information, and generating the PDF in that way. And you think I still have my PC groups selected here. No, I didn't. So you'll see now that things that don't apply to our graphics group are now grayed out, most of them. But if I want access to these tools, I just need to make sure I'm adding back the business groups that they support. So yeah, that's a good way to narrow down your filter down to your products. But I will say now, when I let's type in that Elite book again, probably going to get no results. There might be a few things that come through. Let's see what we get. But it impacts everything else. Okay, so there's some NPI materials. Those are filtered a little bit differently, but you can see I don't have any SKUs here. I don't have any product SKUs. It's just some of the collateral. So sometimes people will say, oh, I can't find anything. And so I always say, well, check your business groups because you might have filtered them out. And that's why you're not seeing those results. Is all the technical information in all languages? It depends. So we support over 80 countries and 33 languages on Sales Central, but not all products have all assets translated. It depends on what the country and sometimes the region category teams decide to localize. If there is a localization available, you will see it. So let's take Spain, for example. Product content comes through, it's anything tagged for Spain, products for Spain. Let's go ahead and just like we did in the What's New, we'll pick a printer here. Okay, let's just take this DustJet. Okay, so fairly new. It's actually pre-release. So we're not gonna see a product image here. It's probably not the best, but I'll show you. If we have something, so you can see here, there is a translated presentation. Again, it's for partners. I can open this up. So because it's tagged for Spain, it's coming through. And this is a PowerPoint presentation. So opening this up, you can see that this one is in language here. So if it's available and it's tagged properly, it will flow to the product view within that country. And we bring in document types, PowerPoint types, Excel, and PDF. So different formats that you might find. if there isn't a translated version or it hasn't been tagged correctly, then it won't be flowing, unfortunately. But if it is, it'll be there. Okay, let me find my, I have too many windows open to find my chat. There it is. Oh, good, I'm glad. Can you use the catalog tool for creating flyers, or where do you find flyers for products and businesses? We used to have a tool called Co-Brand tool, which we didn't have enough partners, so ended up using it, so that went away. If there is marketing collateral available, you will find it under the assets. Again, this isn't a great example because there's not a lot here, but let's see if we can. Let me actually go to.
Zo'n blauw glas pakken, of kan ik die jou gewoon pakken?
Let's just see if we can find a product with more assets. Sprocket. Yeah. Well, let's see. Maybe there's a brochure. All that to say, if there is an asset, you will find it underneath the Assets tab. But if not, remember that you can go to that additional assets for Asset Hub. Again, let me come back to UK so we see that in English. So if you've got your I'll just come through to another product really fast. Let's say you're not finding what you need within that product assets area. This has family, sometimes you find infographics here, so you never know. Again, the print side usually has a lot more content than the PC side, but you can always, and again, I'm using a demo account, so once you log in again, it will take you into a filtered search for just the assets, additional assets that are supporting that product. So you might find brochures in there. That would be a good place. Arabic language. So if you are in a country that is, let's see, I believe, and I apologize. So yes, so you'll find certain countries do have Arabic available, and then your assets, product information, anything that's coming through dynamically through the system that has been localized will be available. And you can see here the view switches because obviously Arabic is not left to right, it's right to left. And so we've done a lot of work to try to make sure that this is compliant. But again, it may not be perfect, but you should be able to navigate through here, different language options here, and then can always go back to whatever different country that you're viewing. So I hope that answers that question, Maji. Anything I missed? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so if you can't find Egypt, then we don't have a product catalog for Egypt coming through. I noticed that as well, because when you came in, you mentioned you're from Egypt. So either go to within Portal, I'm not sure what product, so we manage all the products within Portal as well. So I'm guessing that somehow within your product experience, you're being pulled up the product catalog, and you've got a special case, so feel free to reach out to me if there's something that you're not finding for Egypt. You can let me know. Again, we follow the HP.com translated product catalogs, but I know that within Portal they have an expanded list, and so if what you need is in Portal, continue to use Partner Portal. Okay. Well, let's see. We're at just about time, I believe. I hope everyone learned at least something new. Again, you can't mess it up, so play around in the experience, filter. Again, you can always come in and restore if you feel like you've removed something and you can't figure out how to get it back. You can come back in and hit that restore default, and we'll just add everything back in. And again, adjust as you need to. I didn't mention this, but you can also do some searching within here and make sure that you've got all the latest and greatest. So we are changing all the time, and in fact, lots of user experience changes coming. But for now, this is what we have, always looking to get feedback from you and trying to make it a better experience. This is a mobilely responsive platform as well. So while we have the HP Sales Central app, which is separate and can be an offline tool. I believe it's still only English only, but you can access this from your mobile device or tablet within your language and country. So while Partner Portal is not mobile responsive yet, the Sales Central platform is. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You're too kind, and yeah. Deal registration. Iona, do you want to take that action? So that sounds like a partner tool that might be a great topic for future training. Deal reg?
Yeah, actually for the registration, the webinars are delivered locally. So each market will deliver a webinar on the registration. For the moment, we don't organize it across markets.
Okay, all right. So locally, got it. Okay, awesome. Well, what a great way to start my day. I really appreciate you taking time to sit with me, and I wish you safety and health wherever you're at, and thank you for being an HP partner. Again, always looking to improve, and hopefully we'll see you again on one of these future trainings. And I appreciate, Iona, you setting this up and having me on.
Thank you, Jessie, for your great presentation, and thank you all of you who has participated today. As mentioned before, I will publish all this recording on the Partner First portal, and you will also receive an email with the link necessary to access it. And with that, I want to thank you, all of you. It's been a large audience, and we appreciate you being here. So I wish you a great afternoon or evening or morning. And bye. Thank you. Stay safe.